In this lecture, we are going to install and configure a cache plugin to our website. Go to Plugins and then select Add New. Search for Total Cache. Install and activate W3 Total Cache plugin. We have installed this Total Cache plugin. Now we need to configure it. To configure, we need to go to the settings of this Total Cache plugin. You can either go to Plugins and click on Settings under W3 Total Cache, or go to the Performance menu on the sidebar and click on General Settings. Let me cancel this Support Us. Now coming to Page Cache, you need to enable it and choose Disk Enhanced. If Disk Enhanced is not available for you, you can go with Disk Basic. Whereas if your server supports opcode E-accelerator or alternate PHP cache, you can choose any of them. Whereas if your server has got memcached or Redis, well and good. That's much faster than Disk Enhanced. Coming to Minify section, first disable this Minify and move on to opcode cache. Nowadays, most shared hosting itself offers opcode cache, whereas if you don't have, then leave it, else choose the one that you have. Coming to database cache and object cache, disable both of them. Now come down to browser cache, enable it, and coming to CDN, if you had purchased a CDN from any of these, then choose it and click enable, else leave it disabled and scroll down. Coming to miscellaneous, you can enable Google PageSpeed dashboard widget, and you need to enter the PageSpeed API key. To acquire an API key, visit this API console where you will get the instruction to get this API key. This is not necessary, but just optional to get the page speed rating of each page in the admin bar itself. But to display that rating, you need to enable this checkbox. Now select or enable this verify rewrite rules and disable anonymously track usage to improve product quality. Come down and click Save All Settings. Once you save, Total Cache will offer you to enable Edge mode. Generally, I advise you to enable it, but sometimes you may have to deal with some bugs that are not in the general version. So let's cancel it. Whereas if you're ready to try Edge mode, then you can enable it. Now come to Page Cache settings on the left sidebar. Click Cache Front Page, Cache SSL request only if you have HTTPS and SSL certificate installed. Not only that, you need to check whether HTTPS works on every page or post, attachments, images, mainly your WordPress dashboard. Once you have checked that, click Cache SSL request. Check Don't Cache pages for logged in users. The essential thing is you need to scroll down, come to Advanced section and enable the compatibility mode. This is very important. After that, leave everything to default, then click Save All Settings or Save Settings and Purge Caches. Now let's move on to Browser Cache. Here you need to enable all of these, that is set lost modified header, set expires header, set cache control header, set entity tag, set W3 total cache header, enable gzip compression. But for this to work, you need your server to support it. Also prevent caching of objects after settings change. Remove query strings from static resources. Don't set cookies for static files. All these settings are need to be enabled. Don't enable do not process 404 errors. Rewrite URL structure. Apply HTTP strict transport security policy. Once you have enabled these under General, then automatically these settings are followed in CSS and JS, HTML and XML, media and other files too. Now click Save All Settings. After that, click Empty the page cache. Now come back to General Settings. Before you enable the minification, we need to disable the minify options under Speed Booster Pack. So let's go to Settings and Speed Booster Pack. Now let me disable some options that gets repeated in W3 Total Cache. Disable lazy load images to improve speed because this option is taken care by A3 lazy load plugin. Disable remove query strings because this option is taken care by W3 Total Cache. Disable move scripts to footer, load JavaScript from Google libraries, defer pausing of JavaScript files. Also disable minify HTML and JavaScript. Then scroll down under still need more speed, disable load CSS asynchronously. After disabling all these options, it is almost equivalent to not using the Speed Booster Pack plugin, but still there are some options which give you a minor speed boost in the response time. That's why we are using the Speed Booster Pack. Now click Save Changes and come back to our W3 Total Cache minify settings. Click Enable and leave the minify mode to auto. Under minify cache method, if you have anything enabled under dedicated or VPS, like these opcode methods or memcached or redis, you can enable them. If not, choose disk and select Save All Settings. Now come to the minify settings under the left sidebar and enable rewrite URL structure, enable HTML minify settings, enable don't minify feeds and enable line break removal. Coming to JS minify settings, enable it and under this embed type, choose non-blocking using asynchronous for before head and non-blocking using asynchronous for after body. Now come down to CSS minify settings, enable it and then save all settings. Now click empty the minify cache button and then empty the page cache button. Now let's preview our website. By using the minification of W3 Total Cache, my website's style has got collapsed. You can see here. This can happen to you too. Now let's see how we can troubleshoot this. First, let's click Update Media Query String and empty the page cache. Now let's refresh our website. Even now it looks the same. Now we need to find whether the JS minification or the CSS minification which is causing the issue. So let's disable CSS minification first, then click Save Changes and Purge Cache. Now let's refresh our website. The styling has got restored, but the A3 lazy load is not working because the images are not appearing. So the minification of both JS and CSS are not working using this W3 Total Cache plugin. But in your case, this can work, or similar to my scenario, this might not work. In that case, we need to disable this minification by W3 Total Cache and we need to use a separate plugin to minify HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's go to General Settings, disable minification, click Save Settings and Purge Caches. Let's refresh our website and check whether it works correctly. As of now, our website is working correctly, and you can see that the performance score is 94 out of 100. So it has improved from 91 compared to the stage where we installed A3 lazy load, but it has degraded compared to the situation where we have installed and configured Speed Booster Pack plugin completely. So let's install a new plugin to optimize HTML, CSS and JavaScript in the next lecture.